So welcome back everybody to GridironTV, and we're joined by Coach Craig Pennington from the Nighthawks. Coach, thanks very much for joining us here. How are you doing?
I'm okay, thanks for having me.
You're welcome, and let me start by saying congratulations, you're headed to BritBowl. How are you and the team feeling right now?
We're very focused, I think. We're looking to take it very seriously. Sometimes we have spent some time thinking we've done things when we haven't, and we've made sure that our guys have stayed as focused as possible and really just concentrated on practice and the actual Sunday until we get there.
Absolutely, that's definitely the best way to look at it. And you've had a terrific season, and we'll just briefly go back and try and get your thoughts on how the season's gone. So looking back to the beginning of the season, where was the team at the beginning of the season from your coach's point of view, and how did you see the team and where they were at the start of the year?
I think it started after the disappointing show in Gateshead. Our guys commonly call it the G word because they won't say it in front of me anymore. We looked at that and we were like, we didn't go and represent, and what did we need to do differently? And you're probably aware that Coach Black's with me as well. And we've been friends and played in different places, and we knew what we needed to deliver. So we looked at our focus change to how do we improve our offensive line, because we had some outstanding receiver groups, and our quarterback was a real rookie just getting going and doing well. So we looked at that and the temperament of the team and how they all interacted with each other, and decided that we needed to find a way forward, get our offensive line nice and strong, try and get our coaching group stronger. So we really looked at who we could bring in to help us and how we could develop them. And we've got plenty of contacts in the different coaching environments that we can come to if we needed help ourselves to improve us. So then we came into the season, and we set ourselves, unlike the first year, we set ourselves only the 2 goals this year. And really then there was underlining targets around that, but the main goal was to win the conference that we were in and get to the national final with the group of guys that we had. And around that there was, can we make these guys bond as a team and want to play football for each other and be around each other as much as possible? So we improved the committee and how they worked and what they did, and the guys that got involved in that were tremendous. They've done some great work this year. We improved the coaching staff and what we were delivering and how we were practicing with tempo, and it seems to have paid off up to now.
Yeah, so it really seems like an overall fundamental improvement in every aspect of the team and the organisation, and clearly it has paid off, and you've now made it to the final. But along the way, tell us some of the highlights from throughout the season, whether it's your favourite games or any particular moments where something has shone out from your players that you've been proud of.
I think this year I've been lucky. We've had some exceptional players playing around us, and seeing them improve all the time is all we ask from them. So that's what makes me proud, is that they've gone off and they've done all the things like lifting, and they've listened to their coaches, and they've tried to work on everything that we've delivered to them. They've been in the classrooms, they've watched film with us and took everything on board and delivered that. But I think last year we seem to have this rivalry with Chester. And I think when we had the first game against them, it was pretty close, and we went and got ourselves organised for the next game, because obviously that was our first game of the season. And then we went off and played them, and obviously they didn't score any on us, which was a tremendous thing as a defensive coach. But our offence were absolutely outstanding on that day as well. And then I think, but the things that kind of stand out for me is our preparation to teams, the likes of Warney and the likes of Crewe, where last year our group had a temperament of we've beat these before we even get on the field, and it was at our detriment. You're seeing it tail off towards the end of last year in the group, where they thought they'd won things and they hadn't, and they really concentrated and got focused on delivering what we needed to deliver to make sure we won against those teams. And then we went into like the Manchester games, and the first game, I think we were at one point I think we were 36 points ahead, and to lose all those points was not the best defensive performance, but we did it with a group of rookie linebackers, because our captain wasn't with the team on that day for the defence. Our offence obviously scored all those points, and we managed to keep it to a draw. So they understood that it kept us undefeated. And then when we played them the second time, the defence much better. And the offence worked out and scored the points that we need to do. And then I think going into like the playoffs, the shootout that became the Farnham game, but I always felt confident because we were always plenty of points ahead of them. Even though our defence didn't really step up to the run game that we needed, but they learnt from that, and they realised they didn't want it happening again, and they worked hard to make sure that they could compete with a run game or any run game that we got from Shropshire. And our offence, the guys on offence are constantly working. The offensive line. They actually got our MVP against Farnham because some of the run game that they played, some of the gaps that they created, and the pass protection was unbelievable, and that really paid off for us. I think they were the highlights. I think, is that enough for you?
Yeah, that sounds brilliant. So it's a really good summary of the whole season, and you talk about the team not getting ahead of themselves and not thinking that they're going to win a game before they've even played the game. And now you come against Edinburgh, and you've played them a few times in the past. So, first of all, what have you seen from Edinburgh this year, and how does that compare to anything that you've seen from them from years before?
Well, I wasn't really with the team when they played Edinburgh. I mean, obviously they played them a long time ago, or they played them when I was around doing other things with other teams. So I didn't really know much about Edinburgh. I knew more about EKP and that group of players. So all I've got really is what I've seen this year on film, and they've got some good players. Their quarterback seems pretty solid, making some decent decisions. They've got a decent receiver group, and their running back likes to run the ball, and hopefully. When we come up against them, we'll treat them with the respect that they deserve, play them like they're the best team we've played all year, and we'll prevail. That's the hope.
Yeah, that's the hope indeed, and the guys will be getting ready to head through to that national final. So without giving away too many secrets or any tactics or anything like that, what does the team have in store for them this week in preparation for BritBowl?
Oh wow, that's a I couldn't possibly tell you things like that. That's not on. I think it's like all teams when they go to these positions. We need to stay calm as a group until it's time to go, till we're on the field, and we're just going to bring everything that we've brought all year from the offence. It's the execution of the plays. The ability for our receivers to get open and get the balls to them, our running backs doing a good job, our offensive line doing a good job, and for our defence it's going to be about the pursuit, the adjustments to their fronts and being able to understand what's going to happen to them, and recognition of the plays. And as long as we know what's coming and we can handle everything that we see, we should be in good shape.
Definitely. And for any fans that are not travelling, what do you say to your fans and all your people who have attended the games throughout the year and all the people following the team? What kind of message do you want to give to them just now if they're listening to this in preparation for the run-up to the final? What kind of messages do you want to pass on to your fans and your whole wider community?
I think the whole group, the people that have come to support us, they need to continue supporting us in the way that they have. Being there, there's a lot of people that have helped us out. We've come a long way because of the backing of different groups of people. Like we talked about the committee earlier on. The fans that turn up and watch them, keep supporting us all the time, make as much noise as possible when our defence is on the field, leave our offence alone. We just want them to come and enjoy it and keep backing us until the end, and hopefully, as I say again, we'll return them with the goods at the end of it.
Fantastic. Well, good luck for the weekend, and thanks very much for joining us here on GridironTV, Coach.
No, thanks for your time. Cheers now.